When a couple chooses to start a family, this sometimes can lead to a cycle of expectation and disappointment, with GPs only investigating problems after 12 months of trying. Innermost Secrets would like any couples that are anxious about their fertility to come in for advice and support. Brian, there are many fertility centres throughout the UK. Why Innermost Secrets? What makes it different?
One of the big problems with a lot of fertility centres is that there are huge amounts of money to be made from IVF treatments, and therefore there's a natural tendency to promote IVF as the only solution to fertility problems.
But are there other solutions other than IVF?
Absolutely, they're much less expensive and they're much easier to actually go through for the couples. If somebody has a problem with ovulation, that is not releasing the egg on a regular basis, then a tablet taken for a few days at the beginning of the cycle is sometimes all that is needed. If somebody is still having difficulty conceiving, they can give injectable drugs to stimulate the ovaries to produce multiple eggs, and then by having intercourse at the correct time, or by a process called intrauterine insemination, where they take a sperm sample and put it back through the cervix through a straw, you can achieve very high fertility rates without having to revert to full-blown IVF, and at a fraction of the cost.
I understand a lot of people are now actually going abroad for fertility treatments. What would you advise?
One of the big difficulties is that it's very difficult to assess the centres overseas. There are some very good centres providing good quality care, but they're not regulated in the same way, and so it's very important for people to check out centres overseas and not just make a decision based on price. You want to know about the quality of care, and that's not just the success rate in terms of pregnancy, but also the whole way that they approach the safe care of providing that treatment.
So presumably they'd have to go abroad for 2 to 3 weeks at a time.
Not necessarily. We've been working very closely with some of the more reputable centres overseas and providing all of the blood test and early ultrasound monitoring, so that the couples really only have to go over for 2 or 3 days for the actual procedure itself, and that cuts down on cost and also makes it fit in much better with people's normal work and family life.
So how do you measure the success of your fertility services?
Well, one of the nice things about treating people in the local population for fertility problems is that they tend to come back here for their antenatal care, and so we get to see them when they're pregnant and follow them right through.